Well, well, well. Here we are again. Have you recalled anything useful since our last visit? Pity. No, I don't think I'll be removing your chains anytime soon, so you might as well get comfy. Or not, it doesn't really matter to me. It's been a while since I last saw you, and I have to say you are not looking well. According to your charts, you have refused to eat anything. You do not eat, and you do not drink. You refuse these things even though they were freely offered to you. You show resistance to any sort of sustenance. Resistance of a remarkable caliber, I might add. After 5 days without nourishment, it was instructed that you were to be taken to the clinic and have a feeding tube inserted, and you became increasingly antagonistic towards the medical and security staff. I am not through speaking. You do not interrupt me. After your little outbreak, it was deemed best to have you under sedation while fluids were administered intravenously. However, your body seemed quite resistant to many of our sedatives as well, which is notable considering our sedatives are much more potent than anything you could find elsewhere. After you showed partial immunity to all of our stage 1 sedatives, I ordered our physicians to begin attempting stage 2. And I was quite surprised to find that stage 2 had the exact same outcome as all of stage 1, in which the effects of the drug wore out in no more than 15 minutes and 30 seconds. Granted, stage 2 is rather mid-grade compared to all that is within our possession. Stage 1 includes all the sedatives that you could potentially find out among the general populace. But stage 2? No. Stage 2 may be mid-grade, but it's not typically used on humans. Every outcome from experiments on humans involving stage 2 sedatives have always resulted in permanent coma, vegetative state, and death. It's phenomenal that you managed to survive every single drug within stage 2. There are a total of 13 of them, and yet still every 15 minutes and 30 seconds you awoke with no physical change. None of these drugs managed to induce anything to you but a light sleep. So I became even more curious, and I made an unprecedented decision. I had stage 3 drugs administered to you. For humans, stage 3 drugs are instant death. It will shut everything down in under 0.5 seconds in humans, and that is the record. So the first sedative of stage 3 was administered, and 0.5 seconds came, and then 1 second, and 2 seconds, and 3 seconds, 4, 5, 6, and you were still ticking, ticking away as if you'd merely dozed off for your afternoon siesta. 15 minutes and 30 seconds, and you were awake, fully conscious and aware with no sign at all of physical trauma. Nothing like this has ever been documented. It's completely unprecedented. During the periods you were under, we compared your physiology to your physiology of when you were awake, and there were practically no changes. It was as if the drug simply evaporated. Your biological scans showed nothing out of the ordinary, even after long stretches of time without food or water. We cannot explain this. We cannot explain why it is, or why it has happened. Not yet, anyway. But I am very persistent. I have cracked nuts tougher than you, and while it may take a bigger rock to smash you open, make no mistake, I will turn you inside out and comb you over until I have every answer to every question. There are many ways I could do this, but of course it comes down to two very specific paths. The easy path or the hard path. I suggest you make your decision very wisely, or I will make it for you. Either way, really, it's no skin off my back, but it will certainly be off yours. Personally, I like the hard way. I like it when they resist, when they fight, and when they squirm. It will do you no good, of course, but it gives me more of an insight into what I'm dealing with. I like to know where your thresholds are. How long can you withstand pain? Or complete sensory deprivation? How long will you struggle until your will breaks? It's all quite valuable information to me, but your compliance will grant you a little lenience here and there. Oh, please, there is no use in begging or bargaining. This is the way it must be. The moment you stepped foot into my foundation without any sort of invitation was the moment you laid yourself before our mercy. We are people of science, trying to explain things that fall outside the realm of universal law. Things that have killed. Things so dark and twisted it would make your nightmares a fantasy. So mercy is rather hard to come by. I asked you at our first meeting how you got here and who you worked for. You were unable to answer either of those questions. Of any questions, really. So we hooked you up to our lie detector of sorts, and it confirmed that you truly did not know anything. And of course, our device had a 100% success rate. But you know what else always had a 100% success rate until now? That's right, my sedatives. Considering they had no effect, we must question the validity of the results from the detector. Meaning you could be lying to me, and I definitely do not like that. But I have my ways of getting to the truth. However, I will ask you one last time. How did you get in here, and who do you work for? Do not try and talk circles around me. Answer the questions. How did you get in, and on whose order? I swear, if the next thing that comes out of your mouth is not what I want to hear, you will not be speaking at all. How did you get in, and by whose orders are you here? What do they want? What do they know? Useless. Do you even know where you are? Allow me to enlighten you. Mankind in its present state has been around for 250,000 years, yet only the last 4,000 have been of any significance. So, what did we do for nearly 250,000 years? We huddled in caves and around small fires, fearful of the things that we did not understand. It was more than explaining why the sun came up. It was the mystery of enormous birds with the heads of men and rocks that came to life. So we called them gods and demons and begged them to spare us. And we prayed for salvation. In time, their numbers dwindled and ours rose. The world began to make more sense when there were fewer things to fear, yet the unexplained can never truly go away, as if the universe demands the absurd and the impossible. Mankind must not go back to hiding in fear. No one else will protect us, and we must stand up for ourselves. While the rest of mankind dwells in the light, we must stand in the darkness to fight it, contain it, and shield it from the eyes of the public, so that others may live in a sane and normal world. We secure, we contain, we protect. Operating clandestine and worldwide, the Foundation operates beyond jurisdiction, empowered and entrusted by every major national government with the task of containing anomalous objects. These anomalies pose a significant threat to global security by threatening either physical or psychological harm. The Foundation operates to maintain normalcy, so that the worldwide civilian population can live and go on with their daily lives without fear, mistrust, or doubt in their own personal beliefs. And we maintain human independence from extraterrestrial, extra-dimensional, and extra-normal influence. We are the sword in the darkness, the only thing that stands between humans and monsters. We keep order. We keep peace. We are the only thing that stands between you and utter chaos and hell on earth. We keep the boogeymen out of your closets and locked in a cell. The Council has spent much deliberation of your situation. Considering your sudden appearance and this newfound medical resistance that you possess, we have decided that you are an anomaly. From here on, you are now property of the SCP Foundation. We hold full rights over your body, your being, your existence, and anything that stems from yourself or exists by a direct relation to yourself. You will not leave Foundation premises. You will not have contact with civilian population. You are subject to any and all tests the Foundation deems fit to subject you to. You do not have a say in the matter. You shall participate either voluntarily or involuntarily. Voluntary and cooperative behavior shall be rewarded, while uncooperative behavior shall result in punishment deemed fit by the research team that will be assigned to your case. That is the final decision.